Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, welcome to the NTP Quiz Show. I'm your host today, John Isaacs. Joining me, the only contestant, Finn Campbell.
Terrible way to introduce the show. It's not at all what this is.
Dude, I know, dog, I got this. Just roll with me, okay? All right. Don't you worry about that. We're at Cinnabar Island, home of Blaine, the hot-headed quizmaster. So, Finn, I have only one question to ask you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, go ahead.
Finn, are you HOTT-OGO? Cinnabar is all aglow. Blaine's the leader, he's your guy. With fire types, you sure will fry.
So, no, I'm not. Is the answer to your question.
No, you're not HOTT-OGO?
No. It's really hard to look at Blaine either in the anime or in the game and not just see Jim Carrey's version of Dr. Ivor Robotnik now. Like that's who that is to me. A little bit more punch, but other than that, basically the same character model.
You know what? I never thought about that until right now. Welcome to Now to Play Pokemon Red and Blue. This is the adventure-driven podcast where Finn and I are going to play the same game at the same pace while sharing our unique stories and perspectives along the way. This is episode 7 of our adventure. What will happen to our heroes today? Let's find out. All right. Catching everyone up. If you're new here, what are you doing jumping in on episode 7? Please go back and watch listen to all the other episodes. Finn and I have been having a great time doing our own Nuzlocke. This is our first Nuzlocke. It's been great naming our characters, sending them off to the great Pokeball in the sky if they faint. But last episode, both Finn and I took on Koga, and we got our soul badge. Finn decided to get on a hot streak when it came to gambling, and he didn't lose any money and got a hyper beam. I forgot how to fly because I didn't know where that TM was. HM.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I never remember which one that is. So I finally learned how to fly during that episode. And we went to the Safari Zone, but neither of us are really going to be using any of our Safari Zone Pokemon.
How do you know? How do you know what's changed in the
You know what? I'm assuming I took a gentleman's agreement last time we talked. And it seemed like neither one of us were going to use our Safari Zone. So, but you know what? I'm assuming, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, Finn. Let's get into it. The world, as I've put it, is our cloister. We have surf. We can go anywhere we want to now in Kanto. And it got real bad real fast for me.
I'm sorry, was that a cloister pun? I've just caught up mentally to that.
Yes, it was a cloister pun.
Okay.
The world is our cloister.
All right, very good.
All right. Finn, I got just starting out. Where did you go to Seafoam? Because that's where I went. And oh boy, was I not ready.
Yeah, Seafoam Island's a whole thing. It's like, I always thought it was optional, but yeah, you do have to go through it to get to Cinnabar to an extent.
You do?
The Seafoam Islands, yeah.
Do you have to actually get through?
Of course you don't. You can go through Pallet Town and just go straight
You can
down.
go through Pallet Town.
Yeah, of course you do.
Okay. That's because that's how I went. I went to Seafoam Island and I got so freaking confused and so lost that I was like, I don't even know. And I was like, well, I think I can go through Pallet Town. So I actually went south from Pallet Town to get to Cinnabar, but my adventures in Seafoam Island sucked. I didn't know how underleveled I was on them in the Pokemon that were in Seafoam Island. To the point, Finn.
Oh, no.
Let's talk about Nunu.
No.
Let's talk about Nunu. I love Nunu. I love Nunu so much. Nunu held on by one pip, dude. I almost got one shot so bad. And like, because I wasn't prepared. I was like, oh, Nunu's grass. We have water. We're going to be good. No, we were not.
A lot of ice.
No, we were not. It was it was ice. I got effed by ice so bad that I was rotating out, and our queen Nyx saved my ass so many times. But I had this like Nunu. We're gonna go with Nunu. I'm gonna get Nunu in my 6th slot. I'm gonna feel Nunu out. We're gonna get this idea going. And it was was it a dugong? It was either a seal or a cloister. I don't remember which one actually like fought me. And it was like, I had to be seal and I got ice beamed and I was like, oh my God, no. And I just saw the HP bar just dropping. I was like, this is it. This is how New goes. Oh shit. And it stopped at like 1 pip. And I was like, oh, thank God, I've got to get out of this battle right freaking now.
Yeah, because Nunu, while you're on sea routes 19 and 20, is great because there's just water Pokemon and you can just like grass move and level up. I was doing the same thing, but instead of a grass Pokemon, I was using Gigazorp, who's my Jolteon.
Oh.
So yeah, that was so cool. I was just surfing along and frying those fools. Do you know what's actually funny? Is you would assume I would be surfing on the back of my Wartortle called Cremola.
Yes.
That is not the case. I did not give surf to Cremola. I decided I was missing a slot in the party and I had to round it out with something. I was trying to think of what it was. For a long time, I thought it was going to be a Staryu, but I was like, kind of like, not this time. But I did like the typing, and I was thinking about previous episodes. And during the Psychic Gym in Fuchsia... No, not Fuchsia City. What city was that? Saffron City, where you fight Sabrina. I had mentioned how much I love the Slowbro sprite in this game. So I went to Celadon City, and right at that pool I was talking about, where you meet that guy, you can fish up a Slowpoke. And so I did. Little level 15 Slowpoke. And I named...
All right.
I named him Ollie Babe.
Ollie Babe.
Yeah. And so the reason for that is I was thinking like of the name Slowbro, and I was thinking how he's hugging this cloister. And I was like, who's like the quintessential bros? And I was thinking in my head about I wouldn't call myself a big fan, but I do have a soft spot in my heart for Laurel and Hardy.
Okay, yeah.
And so I named, so like Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy as their names, or Stan and Ollie as they're somewhat known. So I liked to imagine the Slowbro as Oliver Hardy, and the shell part of the Slowbro is Stan Laurel, or as I was going to call it, Stan Coral. I have puns too. And then Babe, the Babe part of it is just, that was Oliver Hardy's nickname as well. He was called Babe because apparently when he was coming up he had a baby face. But yeah, I've seen quite a few Laurel and Hardy films. It was something that, again, bring back warm memories of childhood, kind of a theme for naming in this run. My grandmother had a lot of videotapes, and she would stick on Laurel and Hardy videotapes when I was over at her house. And so I was thinking of like warm nostalgic memories. So yeah, Ollie Babe and Stan Coral are gonna rule the roost. So yeah, I was surfing on the back of Ollie Babe, and my Jolteon Gigazorp was just there frying every fish that came in sight, every swimmer that was like, oh man, you're riding on the back of the Pokemon, that's so cool. Dork. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got down that far, but Articuno is...
I did. I got down that far, and I caught Articuno, but Scout's Honor, I'm not using Articuno because I was just like, what am I doing? Let me catch it and go into like box 8 where no one's going to be touched, because I was just, I know our rules of this one. But Finn, did you go to the power plant? Because I did. I'm trying to put us back on track now. You went to Celadon, and then you went to Seafoam. I'm guessing, did you fight Articuno and beat Articuno, or did you capture it and do what I did?
I was itching to get to Cinnabar. I never remembered the proper way to do it with the like rushing water and the rocks that like carry them with you. So I was like feeling my way around that, and then I just somehow ended up at the exit. So I was like, all right, I might as well go on to Cinnabar now. If I want to come back to Seafoam later, I can. But for now, I'll just go to that Poké Center and make sure I can fly to Cinnabar when I need to. I'm sorry, by the way, did you name your Articuno?
I think I named it. Did I name it? I think it's Icy.
John, you're better than that.
Oh, I am. Well, no. Okay, so here's my thought process behind that too. Is I am better than that.
I think I can tell your thought process behind Icy. I don't think that's a tough code to crack.
It's not, you're right. It's not tough. It's not a tough like bridge to follow, like how I got there. But it's more as like I didn't want to put effort into it because we weren't using it.
Right. Got it. Yeah.
Seafoam Island. I did capture something. Did you capture anything?
Yeah, I did catch a Staryu. Just because that was the first thing that showed up, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah, why not? Called it Milky Ray. Because as I was describing, it looks like the Milky Way Magic Star chocolate that we have over here. And I was thinking about that Pokedex entry where it sends like rays out into space to communicate. And so, Milky Ray is that thing's name.
I dig it. I like it. I got myself a Shelder.
Hey.
That was the first thing that popped up for me after before Nunu almost bit the dust.
Nice.
So grabbed a Shelder and named it Flicka. I love this little thing, this tongue sticking out, just. So I figured I'd go after that, get that taken care of.
No, explain that name for me.
Flicka?
Yeah.
All right. So I know what Shelder evolves into. Shelder evolves into a cloister.
Yes.
There is a long time running joke on CouchCapades where one of our characters, if we have to name a character, we have to name the character Flicka McBean.
I've heard enough, frankly.
You've heard enough.
I've heard enough.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to call it the community. I'm going to call it the community. You heard enough. You figured it out real fast. We've been running this Flicka McBean joke for almost 6 years. And it took 6 years for someone to go, oh my God, I understand. We try and keep things PG-13-ish, but we like the Animaniacs jokes where we tap dance on that PG-13-ish line.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Cloister just looks like a cloister to me. I've got to be honest.
Just looks like a cloister. Yeah, I get it. It looks like a cloister, but don't worry about it. I went to the power plant and got annihilated too.
In what way annihilated?
Well, I did I should have done what you did, and I walked in and I was like, all right, I'm going to capture. I want a Pikachu. Let's be honest. I want a freaking Pikachu, and I want to evolve this bitch into Raichu because honestly, I don't have an electric type. At all in my party.
Yeah.
I need an electric type, so let me go do this. And I walked in and I was like, Pikachu, there you are. Hell yeah, let's go. One-shotted it.
Oh no. With who?
Shit, dude, I don't even remember. It had to have been, it was someone.
If it was Nyx, it's your fault.
Yeah, if it was Nyx, it was my fault. I don't think it was Nyx, but knowing me, I probably did put Nyx up there just to make sure like an electric type didn't just fry me. But it might, because I don't think I would have, it probably was Nyx, but yeah, I just one-shotted it, and I was like, well, that sucks. So I just started walking around collecting everything, and then I found Zapdos.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, I have Articuno, I might as well just go ahead and capture you two. He didn't want to get captured, Finn.
Yeah.
When I say I threw 10 to 15 Pokeballs, and I tried to put this bitch to sleep, I tried to paralyze it. I tried to do anything I could. And this bitch did not want to be captured. And after about 15 minutes, I was like, nope, we're done. I don't care anymore. And I just killed it. Cinnabar Island. Like I said earlier, I went from Pallet Town because John couldn't get through that damn maze. And I'm guessing you went around the maze or got through the maze and got to Cinnabar Island that way. Did you do... I'm going to take a wild guess. You went directly to the Pokemon Center.
Yes.
Healed up real fast just to be safe.
Yep.
And then went right into it wasn't the Pokemon Mansion, it was the Pokemon Laboratory.
The laboratory.
The lab. Did you go lab first? Did you go mansion first?
Yeah, I went lab first. I've been holding on to this damn fossil. So yeah, this lab has the ability to take a fossilized Pokemon that died presumably hundreds of thousands or millions of years ago, and take it for like 5 minutes, and then hand you back a living, breathing creature.
Finn, are we playing God?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, like that threw me off. Like as a kid, I'm like, oh, that's really, really cool. As an adult, I was like, wait, we're playing God, or people in this game are playing God, where we're bringing things back to life, resurrecting them. how does that make you feel? I found it very weird.
I found it weird until you look into the eyes of whatever creature you got, and you realize that no matter how you came into this earth, you're adorable. So for me, I chose is it the dome fossil? You have the helix fossil.
I have the helix, you got the dome.
I got the dome fossil. And that results in a Kabuto, which I named Hugson. And
Hugson?
Yeah. The reason for that is twofold. Kabuto, in his default form, looks to me kind of like a face hugger from, Half-Life and stuff, where it's like...
I want to talk about real fast the difference between you and I. Because you said face hugger.
Right.
And you went with Half-Life. And in my head, I went with Alien.
Do you know what? In Half-Life, they're called head crabs. I do remember that. Because it's less of the jumping on you, and like they're stuck to the wall, and they like reach down like a claw. And
no, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, don't like that at all. So yeah, I guess I was thinking more of Alien when I think about it, yeah. But also when it evolves, and it turns into Kabutops, much like Scyther, it has blade arms. Very unfortunate Edward Scissorhand like blade arms. And it feels like it wants to hug you, but it doesn't want to hurt you in the process. And I found that very, very sad when I thought about that. So I named it Hugson. And I would gladly wear a full suit of chainmail armor so I could hug this beast.
Just to give it a hug.
Yeah.
But yeah, same thing. I got my helix fossil. I got my ammonite.
So cute.
And I love the sprite so much. And I named it Celeste.
Oh.
It was in Danganronpa 1.
Mm-hmm.
Celestia, I don't remember her last name, but it was a game Rose and I played, and we made a riff off this like Lolita looking character with a country accent that she was a goth Lolita that praised and worshipped Cthulhu. And so I was like, there's a special place in my heart. One, I do love the actual Celeste video game, one of my favorite games of all time. But two, this character that Rose created and that backstory she built out with this Rose's weird country accent where Lord Cthulhu is our Lord and Savior. He'll destroy us all. And she just kept on like throwing that in there every now and then. So every time I see Cthulhu, I think of this Celeste character. And so I had to honor Celeste with giving that name to Ammonite.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Is Ammonite, does it have any chance of getting in the party at this point?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
God, no. I thought about it for a little bit, but no, I don't think it has any chance in like being in the final team, because that's something. Let's talk about that. How, like, I know we always, when we touch base, it's always, how's the team looking?
Mm-hmm.
Are you at a point that you do know you're starting 5 or 6? Like, you have one spot left? Like, because I know I've been there for, God, what, 2 episodes now?
Yeah, so I'm pretty set with most of them. Obviously, I have Maxilla, the Marowak. I have Cremola, the Wartortle. 15's the Wigglytuff, of course, and the and the Gloom. I think at this point I had Liesel, the Ninetales, in the party, and I think I was reserving the last spot for either Gigazorp or Olibabe. Pretty solidified right now. I don't think there's any chance that anyone other than that gets in the party.
Gotcha.
Except, actually, I suppose I should reveal this now. I need to confess something.
Okay.
That I have been a little bit sneaky.
Oh shit.
Do you remember back in episode 3 when we learned Cut and we started like exploring the world a little bit more?
Yes.
I didn't tell you one thing that I did when I learned Cut. And what I did was I went back to Pewter City and caught a bush. And cutting that bush will give you access to the staff entrance to the Pewter City Museum.
Yes.
In there's a scientist who has another fossil of Old Amber and believes that it could be resurrected into a Pokemon. His colleagues, he says, don't believe him. So he gives it to you and asks you to take it to the Pokémon Lab in Cinnabar. And so I did that, and I have resurrected an Aerodactyl.
Oh, snap.
An Aerodactyl is in the party. They're doing well. Yeah. I named my Aerodactyl the Goyle.
Okay.
Because I've been lamenting to you, and I'll play a little clip here from the voice note I sent you, how I'm lamenting how there isn't a gargoyle Pokemon in all these generations.
Yes.
up is it that there's never been a gargoyle Pokemon? You know what I mean? They have the rock type. They had Gen 6 was in France, basically. They're making this new Pokemon Legends game in Kalos as well. There better be a gargoyle variant of something, you know?
And how obvious that seems. And so, as a nod, as an ode to that, I look at Aerodactyl. He's got a sort of like, he's obviously a pterodactyl, like that's not, but you can also sort of interpret it as like he's grey, he's part rock type, he's got wings, looks a bit gargoyle-ish. Probably the closest thing you can get in Pokemon right now. So the Goyle is what they are.
I'm pretty much set on my team. I'm missing the 6th spot, but yeah, right now I've got Iggy, the Charizard, Nyx, the Nidoqueen, Neo, my Alakazam, Jerry, my Gyarados. Oh God, what did I name you? What's my Staryu's name? Shit.
I can't even.
Go. Yeah, Go, my Staryu, which will become a Starmie because we'll talk about something in a second. And I'm bouncing it in between Moss, my Snorlax. God, who else? There's one. Nunu. And then I'm trying to figure out if I want an electric type. Because I still haven't evolved my Eevee yet.
Yeah. I hear you.
So I'm sitting there on those trying to figure out like who's going to be the best course of action when it comes to the Pokemon League and the Elite Four and whatnot. I think I'll be okay, but I want to make sure I've got everything kind of balanced out. All right. So we can't get into this gym because the gym is locked. Because it kicks you away. You're like, hey, you got to go find the keys. So we have to go actually into the Pokemon Mansion, which is just another freaking maze because Pokemon likes to do its mazes just to find this key. But what I find very interesting about this is that it's like a dilapidated mansion. There's burglars all over the place. Some scientists trying to find some stuff.
You talked about the burglars. I just love how funny the burglar sprite looks.
Yes. Running away from you.
Just fun. Yeah. I picture them as like children who are like playing pretend burglars.
Okay.
That's what they look like to me. I don't think these are actually people robbing a burned down, dilapidated mansion.
You know, I was thinking about that because I was like, comes a point, again, technology or just like, don't go to the mansion anymore because it's been picked dry. There's actually nothing in there anymore. Yeah. And like, when it comes to kids, let's be honest, how many are going to take this journal?
Yeah.
They don't know what this journal actually means. So if their kids just playing cops and robbers and they live on Cinnabar Island, then they've got all these different Pokemon, fire type Pokemon, and you can just kind of beat them from there. But it's just like they could be kids because
if you're living on an island and there's like nothing to do, but there's this old abandoned mansion to play in, you're going to play burglars. Yeah.
I done a casual B&E and played around in a house? Yes, I have.
Hell yeah.
Are we going to talk about that? No, we're not.
Hell yeah. Statute of limitations.
But as you're walking through this mansion, you start really putting together these weird little pieces that's going on. These researchers, and they're trying to put pieces all together. And as you're going through, I found 4, Finn. Let me know if that's wrong, but I found 4 journals.
There are 4. I double checked. Yeah, there are 4.
We got 4 journals, and I'm going to read everything off to everyone right now. Journal 1 was July 5th in South America. A new Pokemon was discovered deep in the jungle. July 10th, we christened the newly discovered Pokemon Mew. February 6th, Mew gave birth. We named the newborn Mewtwo. September 1st, Mewtwo is far too powerful. We have failed to curb its vicious tendencies.
All right, John, don't take us the wrong way. I know you can do better. Give me a more dramatic read on that last one. More ominous.
All right. September 1st. Mew is far too powerful. We have failed it to curb its vicious tendencies. Mother of God.
Terrifying.
So it is 100% terrifying because it's just you're letting your imagination go wild with this. Because I had to reread it 4 times going, Mew gave birth.
Right.
And I was like, wait, that's wrong.
No, they're using that metaphorically. Because even in the Pokédex series, even in Gen 1, they talk about Mewtwo was actually born through genetic splicing and editing of Mew. Basically, they believe Mew to be this ancestor Pokemon that contains the DNA that then offshoots into every other Pokemon that they know of. And so what they've done is they've taken the genes of Mew and turned it into a version of another Mew that is primed and equipped only for battle. The ultimate battle Pokemon. This is the darker side of Pokemon. Because we've already seen Pokemon that have been artificially created with Porygon. We've been resurrecting Pokemon in the lab. And like so far it's all been like pretty well happy-go-lucky. But this is like the dark side of it where they were like, in this world of battling Pokemon, we want to create an artificial Pokemon that is designed to be the best at battling. And that has repercussions because it could only think of battling and it escaped. And it's out there somewhere now. Why did they make this?
You're right. Like what made the people go, all right, we're going to create something that is just nothing but war, chaos, and it escapes. And now we're like, oh shit, it wants war. You're like, yeah, that's what you designed it to do. And I put a little quote in our run a show, and it perfectly describes what I thought about. Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. This is freaking Jurassic Park, dude.
Yeah, they were definitely big on the Jurassic Park vibes at this point.
Yeah.
When did that movie come out? How close is it to the release of this game?
Jurassic Park 92 or 93, I think. So 3 years. Pokemon came out 3 to 4 years after Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see like the real big influence, specifically this section right here of Mew, the genetics and everything, and making dinosaurs or making Mewtwo. And while in Jurassic Park it was all about attractions and making money, but this one was just a war machine, like the ultimate freaking war machine. And when it got out, everyone's like, we didn't know it was going to get out. You don't think it's that calculating enough that it's going to figure out how to get out?
Yeah, we don't know what either of these things looks like, what they're capable of. We don't know where Mew or Mewtwo is at this point. We don't know if all these scientists are dead, the house is burned down. Tinfoil hat time, very briefly.
Let's do it.
But I often think about Pallet Town and how like random it is that Professor Oak, prolific as he is among the Pokemon research community, is like in this random spot in the middle of nowhere, just like hanging out with you and giving you Pokemon and stuff in his like little lab. And it makes sense to me because like he's exactly in the middle point between the league that he like has connections with, like the Indigo Plateau, and the Pokemon Lab on Cinnabar. And so I was like, okay, that's a good middle point for him for like his responsibilities. But then I was also thinking like, well, if they were doing all this research on Cinnabar Island, Oak must have knew something about what was going on there. How involved might he have been? What is he not telling us?
But yeah, looking into it, kind of digging around, it seems like these journals are actually, I love our Professor Oak tinfoil hat thing. I think that's really, really cool. But the journals seem to be from Mr. Fuji, which I love this idea too, because Mr. Fuji is now like in Lavender Town. I saw this on, I was looking up online, like it was one of those, like it's rumored that it's Mr. Fuji is the one that helped find Mew. And because he saw the atrocities of what the researchers were doing, that's why he's over in Lavender Town with the trying to protect Pokemon and giving people peace and doing all this stuff. I was it like Bulbapedia or something like that? I don't remember where I actually saw this. I just grabbed that and I was like, oh, that's actually really cool. That makes a lot of sense when it comes to him being in Lavender doing what he did in Lavender Town.
Could be Fuji and
because he was a Pokemon researcher.
They like both like took separate approaches to atone for their sins. Yeah.
Did you catch anything? You had to catch it. There's nothing but fire type Pokemon in the Pokemon Mansion.
Yeah, so I did. First thing I ran into was a Ponyta.
I love Ponyta.
Love a Ponyta. Call it Fetlox. Fetlox is like basically, I think it's like the ankle on like the ankle bone of a horse's leg. The reason I even know that word is because of a sitcom over here called Father Ted, where they sing a song about a lovely horse, and there's one lyric that goes, "Where are you going with your fetlocks blowing in the wind?" It's like the hair on the bottom of the legs. And so that just came into my head. I saw a lovely horse.
I grew up around horses, so I love horses. My uncle was a horse trainer, or is a horse trainer. So I've grown up with horses and kind of cleaned and helped train and all that stuff. So they have a special place in my heart. And so I always loved Ponyta. I unfortunately didn't get a Ponyta. I got my Growlithe.
Oh, okay. You finally, yeah. You missed the
finally
the
got my
first one.
Growlithe. I was pretty excited. Named my Growlithe Ridley. Okay, there it is. I was like, why did I name it? I was like, for the life of me, I could not remember why I named it. Fire. I named okay, so Ponyta, not Ponyta, Growlithe, fire type. Fire Prometheus. Prometheus, directed by Ridley Scott.
Okay.
That's how I got there. I was like, how did I get Ridley? I was like, I do not remember, and I didn't write it down in my notes, but I didn't want to call it Prometheus. I thought that was a little too on the nose.
Yeah, I mean, it's no icy, but,
Okay. All right. You give me all the shit you want about Icy.
So you said, yeah, there's like a lot of fire Pokemon in this mansion. There's also a lot of poison Pokemon. I was trying to integrate Olibeeb into this party because when I caught them, they were level 15. And so I was like grinding for a little bit outside Fuchsia, and I was like, damn, this is so slow. Olibeeb doesn't really have any good moves yet. I need to speed this up. And I looked ahead to Pokemon Mansion, and I was like, okay, poison types, fire types. This is perfect typing to train up Olibeeb. And so I went in, I was running around the Pokemon Mansion. I gave Olibeeb Psychic so they could deal with the poison types. And then
nice.
I gave them, I mentioned I gave them Surf. So that was able to like deal with the Ponytas and the Rapdashes and the Magmars that showed up. You see a Magmar? I saw a Magmar in here.
I don't think I did, actually.
Just a gross
That'd have been awesome to have.
thing. Ugh.
Oh, you don't like Magmar?
Oh my god, John, it's repulsive. It's repulsive. He has a butt face. He has like weird looking eyes. He has a weird duck bill.
The duck bill freaks me out. I'll be honest. Yes, I don't like that duck bill.
And like, don't tell me this is based on like some Japanese legend demon. I don't care. I frankly don't care. It looks awful. So I was grinding, having a good time with Olibeeb, and you see Ponytas, you see Rapidashes, you see from me Vulpix, from you Growlithe, you see Magmars, and you see Grimers and Mucks. Love Grimers and Mucks. Oh, so good. Got a Muck and was hitting with a Psychic, but Slowpoke being slow, didn't get it off first, and Muck hit Sludge, and normally wouldn't affect him, but he got a crit. And it went tick, tick,
oh no,
tick,
Finn!
Tick, 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 dead. Olibeeb
No!
did not make it one episode, never evolved. Olibeeb is out.
Fudge!
Yeah. It's just, the thing was, like, this was on me. This was me being impatient because, again, very funny game designer. Slowbro levels up slowly. He needs lots of XP to get, like, on par with people, and it was taking so long, and I was like, I can deal with this Muck, it's higher level, I will get the XP, I have the type advantages, we can do this. And I wasn't expecting the crit, because
Finn,
crit in this game is based on speed, and Muck is also very slow, so the chance of it hitting a crit was very low. And yeah, Olibeeb, I was a bad trainer, I feel like a bad trainer, I feel guilty, I didn't do Olibeeb right. And I wasn't ready for it. I gave it Psychic as a TM. That's my one and only TM for Psychic. I can't give anybody Psychic anymore.
Oh, shit. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Because that's how sure I was that, like, okay, you're going to be in the team. Psychic Surf, you're good. And, like, here's the thing, John. Once it does evolve into a Slowbro, I was looking it up, it's kind of overpowered. Because
it's OP.
Yeah, it has Amnesia, which is super good in Gen 1.
Yeah.
And it was gonna stop. It was my meal ticket. And it never got there. And it's never gonna get there. And I was just, I had to like gather myself. I think I stopped playing for a while and had to gather myself.
Oh, that hurts. I feel it. Like, people could laugh. People would be like, no, that's really, no, it's not. We're really committing to this. And like, that visual concept of like, we're in the game. We're not even in the game. The visual idea of like, we're there and you see just your Pokemon just fall flat and you don't hear someone go, "Oh, they're unable to battle. They've fainted." They're gone,
Mhm.
and it's just so hard to kind of wrap your head around that now.
Mhm. Yeah, we had to gather ourselves, and then we had to go through the mansion and find a key to open the gym or whatever.
Oh, God.
That's another thing. Why is the key in this? In this?
Why is the key there? Like, who took this key, locked the gym? Also, why didn't anyone from the gym? They're all fire type. You could blow the door down. I don't understand that, but like,
they're keeping
it's
you
not
out.
that hard.
They're not locked in. They're keeping you out. I'm convinced of this.
You don't know what you're going to get into.
How did that key end up in that mansion? I think Blaine put it there. He wanted us to see something. He wears a lab coat. Is he involved?
You know what? He might be involved. That's a good point. We don't really know about these gym leaders. Like, how close are they involved with Team Rocket or any kind of nefarious things? They're just gym leaders that we think are just sitting there waiting for someone to challenge them. But that can't be it, right? There's got to be more to them than just that.
I think Blaine wanted to show us something.
Was it Mew? You think it was Mewtwo and Mew?
I think he wanted to like show us, whether he had some sort of connection with the experiments that happened, or whether he just like takes being a gym leader super seriously, and beyond testing us in battle, wanted to show us what it means to be bad to Pokemon and like a bad caretaker of this world. Maybe he just wanted us to see that organically before we got any further towards being a champion. I don't know. Tinfoil hat again, but you gotta fight. It's so weird how you can't get into this gym until you have this key, and the key is in the mansion.
Yeah.
So weird.
You got the key. You go fight the gym.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, obviously, you have to go redo your team a little bit, your team composition.
A little bit. The Goyle I ended up using a lot of in the mansion. It's a very scary build I have for it, John. The main attack it's using right now is Double Edge, which is the move that hurts a lot, but it also does recall damage in the form of like 1/4 of the damage you've done to the thing's health. But the thing is with Aerodactyl is he is a glass cannon. He has all his stats min-maxed into speed and attack, which means he's always going to get the first attack and it's always going to hit hard, so you need to make sure you kill. So it's very scary, but I was double-edging my way through this whole thing. But other than that, I've been waiting for this moment for Kermola to step up and wash away all these dumb fire types, and it was awesome. Bubble beaming her way through. Because, we'll talk about it, but like, there's the quiz. I fought the trainers anyway.
I didn't know there was a quiz. I just fought them.
There's nothing that tells you, right? You have to...
Nothing.
You have to know. You just have to know. It's so funny. You can ignore that, but yeah.
I got through everyone, because I mean, go. It's your time, my friend.
Yeah.
You've got Surf. Go. Oh yeah, I was just... I was upset after the end of it, because I was like, wait, I didn't have to fight everyone, but then I thought of you, and I was like, well... XP.
Yeah.
I guess I can't really be too mad because I got a lot of XP out of that one. So
I would do the quiz, open the door, and then just turn back and fight the trainers anyway.
Dude, savage.
Yeah. Although I did mess up the first question, which I take issue with.
Okay, what was it?
The first question was, does Caterpie evolve into Butterfree?
Yes.
See, I said no, and it's because Caterpie evolves into Metapod that evolves into Butterfree. And the game's like, no, it evolves into... I was so mad. And do you know what, John? Every time I replay this game, I get mad at the same exact thing. And I trick myself in my head. I'm like, okay, this always tricks me, so I'm gonna go for the one they don't... And I always get it wrong, and I'm always mad.
I went through, surfed everything, then came back, healed up, because I didn't have enough PP for Surf. To get through the end, and then Blaine was pretty simple. Like it got to the point again where I started flipping out Pokemon, like putting my first out to get more XP, then flipping out with Go. I think for a little bit I took Nyx and I was like, let's see what Nyx can do. Just trying to get an idea of what was going on. No major pushback. I think the worst I got was maybe half health, and I just kind of flipped out with Neo and then psychicked my way through the rest of it. But Surf got most of it done.
Yeah. I'll be honest, for a lot of the like middling episodes that we did, like say episode 4 or 5, I was considering Cremola's status in this party. I wasn't sure they were on the bubble. I wasn't sure if they fit in. I wasn't sure if I was going to get another water type down the line. But the past episode and the episode before that, Cremola has really been stepping up, showing that they're later, washing away these fire types. And so, yeah, I handled Blaine, wasn't much trouble, bubble beamed them away. And it was so perfect, the timing. When I hit that last hit on Blaine, learns Hydro Pump, gets a Volcano badge, and suddenly Cremola, it's evolving! It's evolving!
Oh, hell yes!
Blastoise, baby!
Oh, God, that's awesome!
Finally hit there. Cremola did it.
There's something very beautiful about beating a gym leader, the last hit, and that's what causes the evolution. You get enough XP for that evolution. It's storybook, and I freaking love it.
It was so nice. It was so nice how I timed it. I didn't plan it that way. It was just how it went. And so, yeah, Cremola is now like basically a sumo wrestler, right? Like big build and like has these like jets. It's funny, in the Pokedex they talk about the purpose of the jets being to spray water out the back, and so like for high speed tackles. But that's almost like they've retroactively overdone that. That's never how it's used now. They're more like a tank. But yeah, Hydro Pump, and give it Earthquake, give it Blizzard.
Oh shit.
Give it Seismic Toss. This is my beef stuff.
Oh god.
This is my
Cremola
beef.
Is a tank.
Yeah. And so, like, I normally don't go for these kind of moves because they're risky. They're, like, lower accuracy but higher damage. But it just feels like if Cremola's going to be in this party, they're going to have to step up and hit these shots.
I'm very happy for you about that one. Like, Cremola kind of scares me, to be honest.
Cremola should scare you. She's huge.
Like Cremola's, like, it's funny, like, with this, because Iggy's there. Uh-huh. But Iggy doesn't have that oomph that Cremola has. Nyx has that oomph that Cremola has.
Right.
And so I find it super fascinating that's what's happened, is like your starter became your tank. My starter, I want to tell you that I kind of do wish I went with Bulbasaur, but I'm glad I didn't. But
regret.
It's just, I wish there was, I love Iggy. I love Iggy, but there's no fear that comes with Iggy. There's a fear that comes with Nyx.
Well, how's Iggy doing? Have they learned Flamethrower yet?
Yes. Actually, I think I got them up to Flamethrower, but I mean, I'm on a fire island right now. What the hell am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, you're on a fire island. The next gym is going to be ground, so that's going to be less effective. It probably won't be until Victory Road before you start to see Iggy bloom. All
right, Finn, last episode we were talking, and I was being a dumbass, and I didn't know that if you didn't allow your Pokemon to evolve, they learn to move faster. Mm-hmm. I found that out in the Cinnabar Poke Center. They tell you that.
Oh, really? They wait that long?
They wait that long to tell you that, because I was just like, I've been trying to talk to everyone and just kind of get an idea what's going on in the areas, because each one's obviously a little bit different. And when I went into the Pokemon Center, and they were like, oh yeah, if you don't allow your Pokemon to evolve, they learn the moves faster. Mm-hmm. And this was like right after we recorded our last episode, and I was like, why the shit didn't you tell me that in like freaking Palette?
I feel like they have to have told you at some point sooner. I'm going to double check that, because like that's way too late to give you that information. But yeah.
I'm excited, Finn. I'm so excited. We're 7 badges down.
How do we get the 8th? Where do we go?
How do we get the 8th?
The game doesn't tell you. Where are we going to fight? We'll have to tune in next time to see if we can figure that out, that puzzle.
But in the meantime, you can actually find Now to Play and all the other CouchCapades podcasts anywhere you listen to podcasts. So just search us, probably CouchCapades, probably Now to Play. You'll find us. You should subscribe. You should like it. You should do whatever you want with it. If you're watching on the YouTube side, please let us know how we're doing. If you're watching or listening on the podcast server side, most of them now have comments. Let us know what's happening. Social media, we're CouchCapades everywhere. So find us. Let us know how your Pokemon are doing, because we're hoping that you're going through this journey with us. And let us know your team and how they're doing. Have you lost anyone? Our condolences. Is anyone thriving? Who's your team leaders? I want to know. Past that, you know what? Subscribe to the CouchCapades YouTube channel where we have Let's Plays, other podcasts, live streams, and all that fun stuff. Until next time, where we go find our 8th and final badge. We love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you later.